Hi there, signs of Scorpio. This is Kim, here to do your next 3-day messages. Certainly hope you're doing great wherever you're at. Let me know where you're at in the comments. I love to read your comments, love to see where people are watching from. I find that very interesting. And maybe give me ideas of places that I want to travel someday. Okay, Scorpio, so I'm going to invite your spirit team to join me, your spirit guides and your angels for these messages. They are for your Most High, pulling from Krans Wild Unknown archetype deck first, and then along with her alchemy deck. They go really well together. And then we'll break down each day's energies that you can expect. All right. With that being said, go ahead. You would think that this deck's actually easier to shuffle than this one. I don't know. You would think this one would be easy. It's not. It's not easy. Oh, we're on the threshold. Yay! I love that. I love being on the threshold, don't you? Because this means you're about to jump into another experience. By the way, I do have the healer card on the bottom. I'm kind of thinking I need to pull that one out for some of you all that feel pulled towards energy healing. Yeah, not just energy healing. I'm picking up homeopathic healing, healing for yourself. There's something here about that. Energy healer for the whole collective, the whole world. You might be somebody that works on things like that. But anyway, that is, yeah, well, that's really interesting. A 3-headed snake. That's interesting. I honestly, you know what, when I look at that, I feel like there's multiple purposes for this lifetime here. Because I'm seeing the Ouroboros, I'm seeing the death, rebirth cycle, but I'm seeing lots of different purposes that are very big, they're major, and then I'm seeing different sheddings of skin throughout your life. So like maybe there's even 3 major transformative healing experiences that you've had in your life or that you will experience, you know, like, you know, when you can look back on your life and say, okay, well, this is when I started this one career that lasted 20 years. And then this is when something shifted. I had to deal with a health crisis. They're big things. Or this is when I got into energy work. There's something here about these, and also going kind of hand in hand with your own spiritual transformation and process. But so the threshold card says that you're standing right here on the edge of what's familiar into something new. And I say that because her cards often combine other cards with them. And so this part right here, I've noticed before on her village card, which is kind of like the village is like something that you have known for a very long time. There might be things that you are attached to where this threshold is, but I still feel like you're going to get this like solar plexus drive, creativity, or some kind of oomph that just tells you, the gut, or just tells you, or something like that, that hey, it's ready to jump. You may be feeling a little queasy about this. I feel like you're on the edge of about to try something very new, or about to have a really new experience here in your life. So you are on the threshold. Okay. Almost there. Actually, you're right there. It's like you're on the top of a high dive and you're about to jump off, and it's, you know, it's going to be fun. But yeah, that feeling. It's like, here we go. I love those oranges though. I love this. I just feel a lot of solar plexus, chakra, sacral chakra. I feel like something is going to be, it might be even a new experience with abundance and what you create. Okay, with the breath card, of course, they're reminding me to breathe too. Sometimes I get to talking a little too much. I forget to breathe in these readings. And so it's a good reminder, right? The breath keeps us present. It's our connection to spirit. You know, it's how we get information on a very actual, scientific, literal way. It's how our whole body really functions, is because of this oxygen exchange that's going on, right? With the neurotransmitters and sensory information. Like, take deep breaths if you want more information, or you want to figure out the energies around you. Take deep breaths before you answer a big question, or before you think to yourself. Do things like that consciously, because it does give you new information. It does actually, on a scientific level, help with the everything, balancing of all those little hormones, those little chemicals. Anxiety, helps relieve anxiety too. So your breath, this can be talking about doing actual breath work. This can be talking about the mindfulness state, where we're kind of focused on vision, and I would think spirituality at this time, as well as where you're going. Where is the threshold leading you? It's exciting. Maybe this will tell us where the threshold, well, oh, now there's 4 snakes. And a diamond in the middle. The diamond might be something that's important to you, because the diamond is the pressure that made you precious, a precious stone, right? So you are precious. You are precious to Source God Creator right now. Because I think it's tied to the fact that you can heal naturally. So on the bottom, I always do this. I put the deck up and I'm like, you know what? There's this on the bottom. Underneath the healer card was the apocalypses. And so this is like when the veil is thinning and the darkness gets all shook up, and it comes to the surface. These things that are kind of rather dark times, to be transmuted by people that carry this energy of being able to filter it out and to heal it. And it takes a collective to do that. It just only takes like a certain percentage, and then all of a sudden all of consciousness is starting to shift in a really beautiful way as these things shift out of our experience. So you might be here to do some divine healing on a really global level here, just with your presence, just with you breathing. That's why your breath here is so important. So the synchronicity card will come out when, and there's four snakes there, 4 Ouroboros, 4 representing stability, foundation, achievements, plans that have come to some sort of fruition, achievements. So synchronicity here tells you may be seeing signs and synchronicities. Is there some drastic change coming? Absolutely. Uranus is here, and the lightning strike that comes with it, because it's talking about this big, beautiful, drastic change. Did I just say big, beautiful? I did, didn't I? Okay. The lightning strike that brings in information, ideas, like a firefly. There's something here that's quite brilliant that's coming in. This is a type of energy I would say is like for inventors too, because there's genius of thought, but also power at the same time. It's actually it's a really beautiful energy to work with, because you're creating from this space, or you're creating from this energy. And so I think you are on the threshold and getting signs and synchronicities that there is about to be drastic change. The card also means drastic change. Yeah, because something's coming together in a beautiful alchemical wedding kind of way. Alchemical wedding is a card. Resin in the reverse, by the way, which means you're coming out of a period where you felt it like nothing was ever going to change. It was always just stuck, stagnant. No, something's going to change. So you have the alchemical wedding. If you follow things that Carl Jung said, then you know that it's about the balance of the energies within the body. And so there's this divine feminine energy that meets the masculine energy, comes back around, and then you are really, honestly, when I think of that, the image that I'm getting in my head is this spark or lighting up of those chakras right there near the abdomen. I'm just seeing that being really lit up because of these energies being so whole and complete within yourself. And I mean, and also it's a cause for celebration, whatever this means here, alchemical wedding. Whatever that means to you, or whatever is going to transpire from this new thing that you're doing. So we're going to experience, wow, from this split, 8 to the 9 of Pentacles. I told you I thought something with your finances was going to show up. 8 to the 10 of Cups. I mean, 9 to the, blah, I can't even see. 9 to the 10 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles to the 10 of Cups. That's reason to celebrate. That's a big financial win. And happiness and completion. So it's like you found that hole within yourself. You found out how to be whole and happy with the kingdom that's within, right? And so therefore, it might be time for you to get matched up with the right type of people for that too. For those of you who have been looking for love, maybe that song's coming through. Looking for love in all the wrong places. So that song's coming through because I feel like probably you've healed and completed something within yourself, and that will just be a song and a memory, that type of energy. Yeah. Love in so many faces. The Hangman. All right, I saw you. I saw you. The Hangman is a waiting period. It's a waiting period, and it feels, they say sacrificial or sacrifice is associated with the Hangman. And the reason why is because it's a situation where you don't really want to be hanging like that. You don't really want to be in that situation. It's just where you're at, or what happened. It's just that. And so there's a need for maybe a new perspective, or there ends up being a new perspective because of this position that you've had to be in for a while. Looking for love, the wrong places. Okay, Urban Tarot and the 108 Oracle is what I'm using for your 3-day energies. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like that. I like that. So I have the cross here, which says sacrifice on it. Very first word. So they're wanting to add a little bit more to that message with the Hanged One about the sacrifices and what you have gone through, and the times where it felt like life was holding you up instead of you not wanting to move forward. It wasn't a thing of that. It was life, circumstances, situations, people. But I feel like you have this card, especially with it saying sacrifice right here, very first message is saying that everything had a reason. Your light was always placed in areas it was needed, and sometimes we need a light in the darkest of places the most, right? That's what that card's really saying. You know, so it can be hard being that light, that only light sometimes. But there comes a point of major completion and like and feeling like a reward, like a job well done. But you're supposed to know that everything had a purpose, and your light was part of the purpose of being in those places that you were at, or where you were. So they want you to know that you were always on the call or heeding the call. You are always doing something that was for the greater good. And you should be proud of yourself in that sense. Okay. 10 of Swords, big one. Big one. Now, since I see all these Ouroboros, but I also have the Healer above it, I'm going to say that this is a very painful cycle that's coming to an end, to a close, and you're getting signs and synchronicities that the worst is going to be behind you, At this point, it might feel like you're just shouting a prayer and all you get back is an echo, as if you're standing on a cannon. Like, you know, the Grand Canyon. If you're standing on the Grand Canyon, it's like this echo comes back. I feel alone in this energy. It feels alone and it feels hurtful. So there's a little bit that says that maybe this isn't true. Maybe this threshold thing isn't going to happen for you. But I think this is saying, yes, it's definitely comes to a completion. The sadness, the tough situations that you were put in. Like I said, I think that you were probably in some situations where you were the only light, and that's exactly where you were needed at the time. So if you believe in divine plan and you believe in divine purpose and meaning in life, then this is the channel for you, because that's what I talk about, because it's what I believe in. No matter what you've been through and gone through, and it doesn't, even the bad stuff does not make me think that it's not possible. And then, gosh, they're saying, look, it is possible. 9 of Cups, what does that say on it? Happiness. What does this one say? Rune. From rune to happiness. Oof. Good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's not just a dream. Your happiness matters. Your happiness matters. Your contentment matters. Whew. Hard to get to this point. Hard to get to this spot. You're going to have reason to know that it goes from that to that. And that look at that, 17, 1, 7, the star energy. All that you have done, look, with the 10 of Swords, with this hard things that you have been through has done for you, it's only made you stronger. And I'm not just saying that cliche, I'm backing it up with cards. This is the clarifying card for it. And it says this has made you stronger with fortitude, staying power. Now, you may be a little stubborn or sealed off. Some people might call you aloof. But you now are prepared, and you have a backbone, and you are the molded divine warrior. I'm adding my stuff to this. You are the molded divine warrior through everything that you went through. So you may have gone through maybe more things than other people, but I don't think it would be about comparison with you. So they have made you unbreakable, and your experiences have. So there may be something here about you kind of really standing up, not conforming to just doing things the way they are. You know, this a little bit of a lone wolf style, but doesn't mean that you're going to be alone necessarily all the time or anything like that. This is like somebody who's just standing up for that freedom that comes with knowing that you are a divine being. And so it's following the creator and love of everything, not a specific person or rule, in a sense. That's what this card says to me. But so something's made you like unbreakable. Okay, 8 of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Nice. Mirror and chocolate. They're really clarifying each other really, really, really well. Okay, because this 8 of Cups on the day 2 here is when we have looked at ourselves and we are seeing ourselves clearly, absolutely clearly. What has been overdone? What do I not necessarily need anymore? What is no longer emotionally satisfying to me in any way? If I have been detrimental to my own happiness, what is that? Facing that, having enough self-love to realize there's another path then for you. And the path is, when we focus on here, the 9 of Cups, right? Because that's where the path leads you. So this is it's getting away from that energy. And I feel like you have noticed something that has been stopping your path and making you, cups are emotions. This is something that's been making you unhappy, and you're changing it. And with the mirror, it's like seeing, seeing clearly. It says self-aware. You are. You are. That's why you simply can't stay in that energy too much longer. It doesn't match you. So that's what you're on the threshold about. The Knight of Wands and chocolate, they go together perfect here. So let me read the chocolate first. Satisfaction, perfection, treating yourself, the good stuff, do things right in an elevated mood. And the Knight of Wands says the rock star here, but this can be about travel, movement, but it can be about like enjoying yourself in life and actually getting pleasure from it and going after whatever it is. If it's a relationship, if it's a new career, if it's a hobby, if it's sightseeing, if it's travel, whatever it is, like doing it with like enthusiasm. You cannot do it with enthusiasm in the energy of the Eight of Cups or the Ten of Swords. The completion must be done, and then there must be a new path away from that energy, because it's directly linked to a person, a substance, an addiction, or overall not vibrating with those energies. I'm just saying a very basic image here in my mind's eye of this is a negative situation, this is a positive situation, and then you just being maybe that light for a while, and maybe at some time you did resonate, but not now, right? So you'll be going here, that can absolutely have something to do with travel, going in a different direction. Can be a person also. We have change, the Two of Pentacles. We have change. Oh, with the heart. It's funny. I was thinking of the heart chakra with the 4 snakes around the synchronicity. Yeah, okay. So two of Pentacles and the Emerald. This is another card that says something about healing on it. Right. Healing, fertility, eternity, reflection, humility, sexuality, rare peace, soul restoration, growth, strong relationship, balance, free-flowing love, mature love, and the heart chakra. And the Three of Wands. And a big yes. Literally, you got a big yes from the universe. The situation or event is right on track at this time. It has to do with your visions coming true and your expansion, as well as bringing in the right partnerships and alliances to create, to be creative. So it is saying 111, by the way. It is saying that Spirit is right here, ready to give you a big yes to anything you want, if you open your heart to the changes that need to bring about balance in order for this journey to benefit you the most. It's like taking you somewhere out of this situation, but taking you somewhere where you are really going to make a huge difference and step into more of a positive situation. I wonder if we need clarification, because I kind of talked a lot on that. Okay, yeah, I will. I don't think we need to clarify the Ten of Swords, really, because it's an ending. It's kind of very final, and the worst will be behind you on that. But I do want to clarify here the path that you're coming from. What have you been aware of with the Eight of Cups, and like where are you going, or where are you going, something like that. The Two of Cups towards a new partnership. Spirit is going to play matchmaker, apparently giving you the right wow. 23 might be significant. You're moving on from a very disappointing phase in your life where a person disappointed you or a relationship was just complete letdown. And you're going into the mirror here, mirror, but somebody who's reflecting back all of that self-work that you've done, all the healing that you have done, and the new you. And so this is the mirror back to the love that you hold inside, because whatever is ending and whatever the Eight of Cups is, it didn't resonate with that amount of love that's inside of you now. Okay, so they're arranging something here. So they're arranging, not only might they be playing matchmaker, but this is bringing in the right friends into your group or the right networking contacts that you need. Something that reflects you a little bit more clearly back to yourself. Okay, the change. Five of Swords. That's good. Okay. Whoa. Five of Swords, Three of Swords, Queen of Wands. Okay, this is just simply, again, this is a low vibration energy where there's conflict or there's drama or there's always one thing, this, that, or the other. It pulls you into a negative space. There could have been some major betrayal between either partnerships, business partnerships, romantic partnerships. There was major betrayal here, and it really hurt your heart. Altogether, that's the Eight of Swords. So for a while, there was more obsessing about how to get out of this situation. I don't think you probably participated too much in this, but I think you were always being drugged into things that you didn't want to be drugged into. And so the Queen of Wands is brave, and she's confident to know that those energies don't suit her. Okay. So that's what the change is about. That can be a breakup, or that can be somebody that you're like, no, this isn't working anymore. This energy here is not working anymore. And it can be, you know, it's not easy. Change is never that easy, but it will be what's best for you with the Queen of Wands. She is seen and she is appreciated, and she's attracting lots of things to her. There's something I feel like you may do. Some of you all might even perform, because, I mean, with the rock star and then the Queen of Wands, that's a very, like, performing energy, or somebody that has a skill and ability. They might do it in front of other people, or the way that you do something makes you kind of stand out in a, I don't know, a really fun way. I don't know how else to describe it. Let's get an angel number message for Scorpio. If you would like a private reading, Scorpio, the information is in the description box below. 1, the number of the Magician. So this says you're a self-starter and you have ways to help you through rough times and reach success. So it's like innovation, and that has Uranus all over it. So it's like that energy of brilliant idea, some sort of stroke of genius here. I'm innovative. 1010, I am patient, says keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that the angels are behind the scenes working to help you. I am patient. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Sending you love and light. Bye.